Right, hello, we are here in South Cumbria with Andrew, who's travelled all the way up from the Midlands as my bike tries to fall over. We're on my local hill. This is the most local hill to me. You've seen the title of this video. It's a descending 101, descending workshop, whatever you want to call it. Now, as you know, I'm a very, very confident descender. I'm happy to go any speed on most surfaces. You're not so much, are you?
No.
Now, it's not a flex. I'm using this as an experience to try and help others through Andrew, to give him some, hopefully some skills to be able to, not speed him up, but to make him more confident downhill. It's not about going faster. This is just about feeling safe and feeling confident on the bike and being in such a way where you can enjoy your experience more on the bike. So what I'm hopefully going to do is go through a few things with him, techniques, actual physical positions on the bike, ways to position yourself, ways to weight yourself, and just go down a few different scenarios to show what is not necessarily capable, but to show you that you're in a very safe environment. We're going to do it in a really, really safe way. We're going to go up the same hill with good line of sight on a not a perfect road surface, because anyone can go fast on a perfect road surface.
Correct.
There's no issues with that. This is more relevant to real life.
Yes.
These are the roads that you will climb all the time.
Yep.
If you don't know already, I mean, the cap gives it all away. Andrew is the climber. You know, it's all about the hills in the UK. And if you're going to be climbing a lot of hills, you've got to go down a lot of hills.
Yes.
So a safer experience for you will enhance your day and take away stresses and worries.
Yeah, that's the big thing. It's like, I feel like I can get down pretty much anything safely, but I don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's like, you're going down, it's like, you're trying to go down safely, have no accidents, and I'm on the brakes a lot more than I probably should be.
Yeah.
I'm losing a lot of speed and time. And it's like, it almost feels like, what's the word?
It's a hindrance.
A means to an end.
Yeah, yeah. It's holding
Instead
you
of
back,
enjoyment, when like going downhill is supposed to be the reward for going up.
Yeah. So previous to today, we had a chat on Zoom during the week about what to go through, so I sort of came up with a bit of a plan, and yesterday we went up and then down Great Dunfell as a part of a ride, and I did some observation. Now, this is weird for me, again, imposter syndrome. I'm trying to teach a teacher. Andrew's been a teacher for 12 years. Recently retired from teaching, very recently, but I've never done this, so I am, again, learning, but I think I've got a few, I might not present it well, so apologies in advance, but hopefully we'll get a positive result out of this. On your bike, you sit on your saddle all the time, you hold on to here, but a lot of the control doesn't have to come from your hands when you're turning. A lot of the weight and weighting, especially for corners on descents, can come through weight transfer through the legs.
Okay.
And lean angle. So I noticed yesterday on Giant TCR, you were bolt upright on basically every corner, unless there was a bit of speed where you need a bit of lean. That's just physics at work. It's a natural thing. One of the things that I'm going to try and get you to do today is not ride no-handed, but keep handed on the bike, on the flat-ish, around here, and just move the bike around just on the flat, just to get used to moving the bike around in a very slow, easy environment. I'm going to move my hips, nothing else. You see the bike turning. I'm not doing anything with my hands here, I'm just moving my groin on the saddle. I'm literally just moving, it's hard to show, I'm just doing that, basically. So I'm going to get you to do that, you'll feel like an absolute idiot. Follow me, no, I'll follow you around this corner. I'm going to get you leant in, trying to weight your hips on the inside of the corner. Lean the bike over with your hips. Yeah, that's it. You see the knees naturally come out. So he's just mentioned something which, because I'm trying to give cues to doing something, but I don't know how it works in your head. So explain what you're just saying there again.
So you were saying it's like you want to get, instead of sitting on the saddle normally, you were saying if you're turning to the side, you want the saddle on the inside of your thigh.
Yeah, you're shoving that point of the bike because it's going to lean the bike over.
So they're like, when it gives me something to feel, and it's like, if I can feel that, I know I'm kind of doing the right thing.
It means you don't have to think about it because it's happening subconsciously then.
Yeah, with more repetition, yeah. But early on, because it's cognitively, I'm having to work a lot more. You do it and you don't even think about it.
Yeah.
But as this is completely new to me, this is cognitive overload.
Yeah.
It's like trying to just get something like it's like a feedback loop. So I can feel that. I know I'm kind of doing the right thing.
Yeah.
You also said as well, when I'm turning, your weight's on the inside hoods and the outside one. Not that I'm taking it off, but you said you could almost take it off.
Yeah. So
on the next go, it's like, right, I'm going to feel that I'm not putting as much weight on it. There's like, it's just things where it's like, right, you've told me that. I can kind of feel that. I know you're going to tell me I can lean it even more.
Yeah.
But I know that's going in the right direction. And the more I practice
and these are all
that,
things that you can take with you. I mean, you can't learn everything in a few minutes or in an hour, but these are all things to take with you and go to a normal, easy hill, somewhere you know very well, and just put it into practice over and over again. And you can take it any hill that you've been on. You can see, it again, just giving you the tools to help yourself. The next thing we're going to do is very simple. It'll only take a moment. We're just going to ride up this very light incline in a straight line, not sat on the saddle, moving the bike left and right underneath us. It's really odd.
Can you show me?
And pushing it further than you would normally.
Okay.
You do this anyway when you're pedaling, but it's making it go further to feel what you're doing with your arms and your shoulders. You see how they're going parallel, but you're really bringing your shoulders up.
Notice that your knee has literally gone over the other side.
Yeah. Pick this up. You have to be able to countersteer your body to keep the bike in a straight line. It's just trying to balance at the end of the day, which again is just a really easy, slow way of just, I mean, there's half a chance that you'll wobble all over the road because you're just getting used to, you're not just leaning the bike over like we would do up a hill, you know, where we're really cranking up a steep one. You're doing it on the flat and you're going to try and overdo it. So you have to force your shoulders and your knee to do something that's not natural. Yeah, what I'm saying, I'm trying to show him this movement where you're pushing the bike with your shoulders but keeping the front wheel in a straight line.
Like that?
No, you're turning there. So what you're doing this. You do your down, but both arms will stay straight. Yeah. It's easier if you start moving. Okay. So we're going to get you off the saddle because when you're quick descending, especially on shitty road surfaces, you don't want to see it on the saddle at all, really. You want it hovering above. Basically, when you're descending on not good normal English country roads, the road surface is like this, and you want the bike to be doing that, but you don't want to be a part of that system. You want to be floating above the bike is the theory that you need to have in your head. Okay. So your arms and your legs are the suspension. So you've got to learn that the bike is going to move around. This is what this movement is, to just show that the bike will scoot around, especially in corners. But when you're adding a shit road surface to corners, it's going to move a lot more. It's just to give you the understanding that the bike can do that and it's not a worry. So we'll just get you used to the movement of having the bike at an angle in a really slow, safe environment. So it can move it onto slightly faster. I'm not going to make you go really quick, don't worry. That's entirely up to you, the speed that you go, just to get you canted over, which we'll do further down the hill. I'm trying to lean the bike over as far as possible, but keep going in a straight line. Hopefully the camera can hear me, but we're going to try and lean the bike over as much as we can, but keep going in a straight line. What we're going to do now is we're going to do a couple of repeats down this first part of this hill, not this little crest, but the main bit to the corner. What I'll do is I'll ride alongside, or sort of on your 3/4, watching how you descend as you are now, and the speed that you're happy with, and try to make sure that you're mindful of, because the road surface isn't perfect, try and lift yourself off the saddle a bit.
Okay. How much?
I will try and demonstrate it to you. Now, in fact, it's worth saying this now. Can you hold and point at me? It's going to be really weird to demonstrate this because it's really to do with it being on the bike. So instead of being sat on the saddle, when I'm descending, especially quickly, I'm back almost off the saddle, but above it at the back. You can kind of cup it with the front of your thighs, and that's where you can get a bit of control from, but you're always trying to just hover above the bike to let it just rattle around. So I mean, I'm imagining that the front inside is about here. You can feel the bike moving around, but it's applying no pressure to you. And you want to be doing a similar thing with your hands. And this is something else. Again, this is absolute overload for information. When I descend especially fast, I am, if I'm not on the drops, I'm holding onto the hoods, but I'm basically trying to pretend I'm holding onto butterflies without killing them.
Okay.
Which means you're letting the bike move around completely under you. Clarify, you want to be slightly stood, so your legs are shock absorbers.
Okay, you don't want my knees not locked out.
No, you want to be bent-legged, hovering on the bike, basically. If your legs are slightly bent, they'll move. I mean, for a really long descent, it's quite tough work on your quads because they're working. But it means that you're not feeding energy back into the system. You're soaking it all up. You are basically a gimbal and letting that do whatever it wants underneath. Which means your head's not wobbling around all over the place. You're much more comfortable. Your shoulders aren't moving, and you're not feeding that nervousness back into the bike, which is a thing that I've mentioned before on the Fred Whitton. There was a guy had a massive front wheel wobble going down Honister, the most dangerous of the descents in my and your opinion.
It's terrifying.
All of his weight was on his hoods, and he was leant too far over forwards.
Like trying to undo that.
Yeah. So if you put the weight on that, you're putting all of the system weight in here, and all that's going to do is start accentuating it. It's the same as, do you remember that famous bridge where it gets a big wobble on? It's a perfect scenario. You put this, you can't react fast enough to a speed wobble, so you're constantly counter steering, but you're actually adding to the problem. So if you take the weight away from your hoods and put them through your pedals, because if you've got a low centre of gravity, the bike can just wander around above that. It doesn't matter. All of the weight is at this height.
In your bottom bracket.
Which is why I'm trying to get you to lean the bike over. It's getting used to putting all of the weight through your feet. There's nothing going through hands. Theoretically, in a perfect world, you could descend no-handed. Obviously, it won't happen. That's ridiculous.
Yep.
But yeah.
Need the brakes.
Yeah, you want everything to go through your pedals. It's all about being comfortable and getting all of your weight with level pedals on the major descents until you get to a corner. Okay. Yeah, if you're flat, if you're on the straight, level pedals, which means you're balanced.
Does it matter which foot's forward?
Whichever's more comfortable.
Okay.
I'm always left foot forward. It's just how I do it. Same with snowboarding. When I used to do that, I was one way. You always prefer one. Yeah, and if you're going into a corner, inside comes up. You descend at whatever your speed you're happy with. Remembering that when we get up to slightly faster, off, so stand up slightly, keep your legs bent.
A bit like I am now.
Yeah, you can go a bit lower as long as you're off the saddle. It could be a millimetre, and just let the bike just dance around on the flat over the bumps. Is that a different position to what you're used to?
Yes, it may not look it on the camera, but
there was a gap between your ass and the saddle.
There was a bit where before I would have felt that bump, but it did its thing, and I just carried on. And
did you go like, ooh?
Yeah, and it didn't have the initial, like, you feel it go through your shoulders, and everything. It just did it.
This is the whole theory. You let the bike do whatever it likes. It's not going to fall over because you're on top of it and you're putting all the weight through the bottom. Physically impossible. So theory is you can do that as fast as you like on a shit road surface. That is a very tame version of Honister.
Yeah.
So we can go and do that again.
Okay. I'd like to do that again.
Yeah. And then
repetition.
Exactly. And when you get more comfortable, go down the middle of the road where the surface is even worse. And you can get used to, or go a little bit faster and just let the bike fart around underneath you.
Another thing as well, I would have hit the brakes at some point there.
You leant the bike over a bit.
Yeah, and
You actually went too far. Because you went over and you had to overcorrect yourself and it swung you back out. But again, that's something that you'll learn.
But because I was off the saddle, it felt a lot more natural to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas before it would have been like you said, it was bolt upright and it would have been doing that.
It's because you're steering with your feet and your shoulders, basically. You're steering with your feet round that corner because you're off the saddle. Just to add slightly, you were perfectly off the saddle. Try and move backwards slightly. So
again.
Same again.
Bum slightly off, slightly further back.
Yeah, try and lean your weight a bit further back because that guarantees less weight on the hoods.
Okay, and don't squeeze on the...
No squeezing, loose grip, let the bike wander around. You ain't gonna let go.
Let the butterflies live.
That's it, weight a bit further back. That's it, perfect. You can feel it, the saddle on the inside of your thighs now, right at the back end of it, yeah. So really let the bike hover around and wobble around underneath you. So we're going down the next part now. We've done that a couple of times. Are you happy to go down this bit?
Yeah.
So it's a bit steeper.
So the last one was what, 10-ish%? That's
Yeah, this is 16
okay.
at the steepest bit at the bottom there. And there is a corner.
Okay.
Thing to note, as same with any Lake District, there might be a bit of gravel in the middle, so stick to the inside or the outside. We've got good line of sight, so you'll see if there's a car coming anyway.
Okay.
So always check before you get to the corner. Just a little glance up. Same theory, just up, let the bike wander. Did that feel better when you were further back again?
Yeah, again I felt the bike a few times go...
Yeah, you just
bounced around a bit.
Feel that part of the saddle in a completely different part of your body. But it actually gives you a bit more control as well, because you will be moving the bike around with your hips.
How was the lean?
The lean was more than needed. But again, it's good because it's in your head, you're thinking about it.
Yeah, because when you're doing something for the first time, you want to exaggerate it to feel it.
Very much so, yeah.
Is it better to lean too much or too little?
It doesn't really matter. You're getting comfortable putting the lean on, because you will get to a stage where you get more and more confident over the weeks and months that you're doing this. You'll have to lean the bike over further because you'll be going faster. So you won't be worried about doing it. It will just happen. You won't do it consciously.
Okay.
So the main part there is the road surface was a bit worse again. Moreover, not just on the hill part, but the flat bit afterwards.
Yep.
And you're in the same position. The bike's just doing this, but
Oddly,
you are calm.
Oddly, I didn't feel like it bounced as much.
Yeah.
Even though you could visibly see the road surface wasn't as good.
Mm-hmm.
Is that because it was slightly faster, or just...
Potentially, yeah.
Okay.
Because when you get to a point somewhere like Honister, you can get to a tipping point where you can just scoot over the worst of the shit if you get really lucky. Like if you imagine you're doing 300 miles an hour over a mogul field, you'll never go down the dips. You're not. It's like
going over it.
Yeah, you just go skirting over the top. Do you want to do that once more before we go down onto the? Because the last bit down there is going to be basically a microcosm of everything, because it's steeper, it's on the corner, and it's a shit road surface. It's the perfect storm to get you confident in a really safe environment, because you can start slowly.
Can you still see?
Yes. And if you can't, I'll be able to tell you that there's no cars coming. That's it, perfect. It's hovering all of your weight through your feet. Hopefully that comes across on camera, but you can see the bike dancing around underneath you. And not necessarily, yeah. And are you
I was going to say
comfortable with that?
It was a definite whoa then. That was probably the biggest I've had.
Yeah, there was a jolt.
And
but your legs
it
soaked
was
it up.
fine. Like, I didn't move, it was almost like it was trying to tickle me like underneath here. So what's going on here?
Exactly, and that's
which I've never had
the
that feeling
position
before.
of it's safe descending.
That was new.
Yeah.
But yes, it felt weird and different, but at no point did I feel like it's gonna.
Because you're soaking everything up, your head's in the same position. There's quite a funny clip of like a guy moving a chicken around, and its head doesn't move. That's what you're trying to do.
You got to put that in.
Because you're holding on, like one of the things I didn't tell you holding on lightly as opposed to gripping relaxes your shoulders naturally without you even trying.
Yeah, because it was like gently on.
Yeah.
It was like, yes, it's on, but like I'm barely touching it.
Yeah, and if you're going down steeper stuff, you can go onto the hoods and basically loop around them. And you can touch your thumb to your fingers and keep it rattling underneath. So what we're going to do now is the final boss level, which we can do many times because we've got infinite lives. So round here, there's a left-hander, which is 14% downhill, and it's not a nice road surface. So we're going to go down there and do a few bits similar to what we've just done, and just trying to get it all put together.
Yep.
Do it slowly, we'll go a little bit faster, and again you'll be letting the bike move under you, but you'll be leant over a bit.
Okay.
Only a bit, but you get to choose.
And because it's a bit steeper, you'd prefer me on the drops?
The hoods, yeah, on the drops is better because you get more control.
Okay.
And
why do we get more control?
because you've got an all-round grip, and if something comes loose, you're all around, and if you're there, you could slip off the top.
Okay. Not about your crazy speeds, but is there a certain speed where if you see it on your head unit, it's like, right, I really should be dropping down to the hoods?
No, I just tend to go into the drops if I'm going at... Usually it gets noisier in your ears at speeds, doesn't it?
Okay.
If it starts getting noisy, I start getting on the hoods, which invariably is over 30, 35 miles an hour.
Okay.
But again, it's personal preference. I would prefer to people to be on the drops because it's safer and you've got potentially a better reach for your brakes anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, that went exactly as I was expecting, to be honest. You seemed pretty confident. You actually lent the bike further over than you needed to again.
Okay.
Because you're expecting to do that when you didn't really need to. But again, to expect it is better than not to expect it.
Yep. When before we started, I actually said to myself, was like, seat back, inner thighs on saddle, loose screw.
Tick, 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 tick.
Three things.
Yeah. Yeah. And that will become automatic. We'll do that one more time. And what I want you to do this time is try and go a tiny bit faster, but follow the line I said on the outside of the road where it's safer. You guys won't really see this, but the outside of the corner is less lumpy. So the likelihood of a car being on there is highly unlikely, but you're still going at a speed where you can cover inside anyway.
So the likelihood of a car being on there is highly unlikely.
So much for no cars.
That was perfectly bad, but the fact is, you probably panicked a bit.
Smidge.
Yeah, but you dealt with it perfectly, because you'd already done a little bit of slowing down, but you just moved left, and you naturally lent it in a bit. What we'll do, we'll get you on the lay-by. I'm going to tear ass down here at a ridiculous speed. For me, that was still an extremely safe descent. I don't know how it looks to you.
It looked like he was calm. It looked fast.
Yeah, but moreover, the fact that the bike, I lent it further over than I needed to try and demonstrate that. And
The bit I saw, because I've got the camera and I'm kind of looking through that. The bit I did see, it did look like he was more over.
Yeah. So I was trying to accentuate the leaning over to show that going around a corner with a crap road surface is totally fine. So we're going to get you to do that.
But what I want to get out of today is like feeling more comfortable going down a hill like this. Whereas before, I don't know where I'm going. I've got my weight all on that. I'd probably be going somewhere between 15, 20 miles per hour.
Yeah. You've already
And on
done
that-
30 plus on your first time down here.
Whereas if I can get it where I can comfortably go 25, 30, 35, not only is it more enjoyable because I'm more relaxed and cover more distance.
Yeah. Whilst he's not here, excellent student. Excellent. The very thing that I've said on camera is weight transfer, moving the bike around immediately. Hopefully it's transformed him entirely. So we're going to do this a couple of times. I'm going to watch him fly down, and go grab some lunch and go out on a ride and put it all into practice. How did that feel?
Sound alright?
I could tell it was comfortable because you were actually leaning the bike over further than you needed to, which meant you were actually putting your weight further out.
Cool.
So yeah, it's fantastic. So for this one, which could be the final one, I don't want you to lean the bike over too far.
Okay.
I just want you to lean with the bike. It means the bike won't lean over as far.
Okay.
Just be neutral on the bike and it will naturally just cant over with your body weight just leaning slightly.
Okay.
Your body position is bang on. The bike is moving around lovely underneath you. It's really good. Yeah, brilliant. 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 I'm going to go down and join him. How was that?
Yeah.
You look really comfortable.
Yeah.
There.
Felt
You
it.
look like you're really happy to let the bike move around. Just in front of where I was, which is where I was stood there, is the biggest bump. And you went over it and there was not an iota of about you. So it's really good. When you're approaching a corner, when you think too quick, what's your natural reaction to do? Go front, back or both brakes?
Front and then very straight afterwards back. So I hit both.
Yeah.
But the other way. Front first.
Yeah, your front disc's bigger. It does a lot more braking. But if you're braking at speed, when it's cornering, if you're using your front, it will make you straighten up a bit. So you use the rear to try and bring, you kind of let go more front and enter the back
See, like
more.
what I did there, I don't know if this is the right way of doing it, but I knew I was picking up speed and getting faster. It was like, I slowed down just before it really started to turn.
With a bit of front?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then it was like, right, now I'll let it,
Yeah.
instead of braking in the turn.
Yeah, and if you feel it start getting away from you in the corner, use the back. You don't use the front because it will wash you away. Moreover, not necessarily on the, it will move you out towards the outside. If you're on the front brake, you're more likely to go outwards.
Towards the other side of the
Yeah,
road. Okay.
and people tend to panic, especially if you see like a patch of oil or water or crap on the road. You're more likely to lock up pulling your front brake, and it's really dangerous. If you lose grip on the front, it's a bad day. You can lose your grip on the back end, you can skid the whole way down the hill, and you're still in control. Okie dokie, so we're back out. We've been in, had some lunch, processed everything that we've done, and we're just going out for a ride now. Andrew's found us a couple of climbs that he needs to hit that he's never seen. And we're going close to Kirby Lonsdale, so we're going to go and hit them. So I hope this video has been really informal. We've got a couple more bits to do with Andrew that I'm going to put on the outro. I'm going to get him to follow me down a quickish hill, and yeah, start building up his confidence. If you've got any questions on this, don't be afraid to ask. You might think I'm doing stuff wrong. Willing to listen, obviously, but from what I've seen so far, it's working. And I love you very much. Enjoy this last descent, and I will. We'll see you later.